You were going towards the library while your bag slung over your shoulder and a thick textbook in your hands. Finals were around the corner and you were determined to get some solid study time in. As you rounded the corner of the main building, you saw Jungkook leaning against the railing of the corridor, his black leather jacket catching the light just right. He looked every bit the bad boy, dark jeans, a confident smirk, and that messy hair that somehow always looks perfect. You couldn't help but roll your eyes. Despite the tough guy image he liked to show off, you knew the real him, the guy you secretly married a few months ago. No one at school had a clue. Jungkook spotted you and his smirk got even wider. As you walked, Jungkook slipped into steps beside you until he suddenly blocked your way. "Whoa, slow down there, beautiful," he said in a smooth and teasing voice as he leaned casually against the wall, blocking your path. You looked up at him, trying to suppress a smile. Jungkook moved. "I need to get to the library." He grinned, ignoring your request, and leaned in closer. "And here I thought you'd be happy to see me. You're finally going to walk past a guy who's head over heels for you." You raised an eyebrow, playing along with the game. Sometimes while you were in university, you both teased and pretend like you are not a married couple and then flirt with each other. Head over heels. That's a bit much, don't you think? "Not at all," he said while his voice dropped to a more flirtatious tune. "I've been watching you, you know. Every time I see you, it's like you get more and more beautiful." You bit back a laugh, deciding to push the teasing further. "You know, you're being awfully bold for a guy who's married. What would your wife think?" Jungkook didn't miss a beat. His eyes twinkled with mischief. "My wife doesn't have to know. She's busy with her studies. She'll never find out." "Oh really?" he asked, pretending to be scandalized. "So you're saying you'd cheat on her?" He smirked, leaning in even closer so that his lips were just inches from yours. "If I were to cheat, it would be with someone as gorgeous as you." You crossed your arms and pretended to think it over. "And am I prettier than your wife?" Jungkook chuckled, brushing a strand of hair behind her ear. "Honestly, you're way more beautiful." You finally let out a laugh, shaking your head at him. "You are terrible, you know that?" He grinned, clearly enjoying himself. "Terrible in love with the most beautiful girl in school, you mean?" You narrowed your eyes playfully. "You better hope your wife doesn't catch you saying that." Jungkook leaned back, still grinning. "If she does, I'll just have to convince her that I'm only joking." You raised an eyebrow. "Oh, so now you're joking." He shrugged. Maybe I'm just saying what's on my mind." He leaned in, his voice soft but full of that familiar affection. "That I'm the luckiest guy on this campus to have you as my wife, even if she doesn't know it yet." You couldn't help but smile, your heart warming at his words. "You're lucky I put up with you." Jungkook chuckled, taking your hand in his and squeezed it gently. "And I'm never letting you go." You rolled your eyes playfully, but the smile on your face betrayed you. "Alright, Mr. Smooth Talker, I really do need to get to the library." He sighed dramatically, stepping aside. Fine, but don't study too hard, okay? You might need a break later with your favorite bad boy." You shook your head, laughing softly as you walked past him. "I'll think about it." Jungkook watched you leaving with a soft smile on his face. "Still can't believe how I got successful in marrying her. She was my dream and now my reality and everything, even though she's a high maintenance. But that's what I love the most about my sweetheart." Later in the day, you all have a swimming class, and everyone in your swimming class was having a great time in the pool. Laughter echoed off the walls as students splashed around, diving and playing games. The water sparkled under the bright lights and the moon was light and carefree. Everyone seemed to be having fun, everyone except you. You were sitting off the side, perched on the edge of the pool with your feet just barely touching the water and a book open in front of your face. Normally you'd be right in the middle of all the fun, but today you were on your periods and couldn't have the fun. Jungkook was in the water with others, messing around and showing off his diving skills, but he kept glancing your way. This girl wants to become the next Einstein or what? He said, removing his goggles as he noticed you were completely lost in studies from a few days, but he wasn't expecting you to do the same here. He knows how much you love swimming. After a while, he couldn't stay away any longer. He swam over to you, his head dripping wet and that familiar teasing grin on his face. Hey, why aren't you in the water? You're usually the first one, he asked, splashing a little water your way playfully. I'm just not in the mood today. Go have fun with everyone else. Come on, what's wrong? You never sit out like this. Are you okay? He again splashed some water on you while you closed the book and looked at him. Don't irritate me, Jungkook. I told you I'm not in the mood, then why are you insisting? Just leave me alone, okay? Go enjoy the class. Are you having mood swings? You glared at him. Jungkook frowned, but after a moment, he nodded and swam back to join the others, though he kept glancing back at you every now and then. Time passed and he continued to sit there watching the others and trying to ignore the slight discomfort you were feeling. But Jungkook couldn't let it go. After a while, he made his way back over to you, more determined this time. Alright, that's enough. You're not fooling me. You're coming in, whether you like it or not, he said, stepping out of the pool and shaking the water from his hair. You looked at him when he came out of the pool and walking towards you. Are you not swimming anymore? You asked when he came near you. Of course I will, but not alone. You're coming. Enough of your studying, he said, closing your book. You looked at him, a bit annoyed. Jungkook, seriously? Just leave me alone, I'm not swimming today. But he was having none of it. Before you could protest further, he swooped down and picked you up in a bridal style, a mischievous glint in his eyes. Sorry, sweetheart, but I can't let you sit out while everyone is having fun. Your eyes widened. Jungkook, no, put me down, you shouted, squirming in his arms, but he only laughed. Oh, I'll put you down, alright, he said with a smirk, carrying you closer to the pool, and with that, he tossed you right into the water. You hit the water with a splash, the cold shock of it making you gasp. But as you surfaced, sputtering and fuming, you glanced at Jungkook, who was grinning proudly at the edge of the pool. You crazy bunny, I'm on my period, you shouted at the top of your lungs, while your voice carrying over the entire pool area. The moment those words left your mouth, the entire pool fell silent. Heads turned, eyes widened, and you could feel your cheeks heating up as everyone stared at you. Jungkook's smile faded as he froze. Wait, what? He stammered, his eyes going wide with realization. Without a second thought, he jumped right into the pool after you, splashing clumsily in his rush to get to your side. He reached you quickly, his face full of panic. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, I didn't know, he blurted out, grabbing your arm and helping you back to the edge of the pool while you gave him death glare. Of course you didn't know, you idiot. He gulped. I'm sorry, babe. This time you didn't tell me that your period started. I'm so sorry. Without saying anything, you ran towards the washroom. Everyone was so confused and curious. Jungkook turned towards them. Close your mouths, and if I see someone making her uncomfortable by asking or making her remember this incident, I swear they'll regret. Saying that, he ran behind you while everyone exchanged glances at each other. What do I do with this man? He's really so unserious about everything. Thank God I have learned to use my menstruational cups and decided to wear that today, or else the whole pool would be bloody red. As you were drying off inside the washroom, you suddenly heard Jungkook's voice from right outside the door, slightly muffled but full of concern. Babe, I'm really sorry. I didn't know. I swear I brought you a towel and your extra clothes. Please don't be mad. He called out while his tone almost pleading. You paused, staring at the door in disbelief. Was he seriously standing outside the ladies' toilet? You quickly wrapped the towel around yourself and cracked the door open just a bit, peeking out. Sure enough, there was Jungkook, looking genuinely apologetic and a bit panicked. Jungkook, what are you doing out here? You're standing outside the ladies' toilet. Just give me my clothes and go away. You hissed, trying to keep your voice down so others wouldn't hear. He winced, clearly thinking you were furious with him. I know, I'm sorry. I just wanted to make sure you are okay. I didn't mean to embarrass you or anything. You sighed, rolling your eyes. Jungkook, I'm fine, but seriously, just freaking give me my clothes and leave. We'll talk about this later. He quickly handed over your clothes, his eyes still wide with worry. Okay, but you're not too mad at me, right? He asked, sounding like a kid who got caught doing something wrong. He couldn't help but feel a tiny bit sorry, but also he was too cute when he pleads like this, even though you were still annoyed. We'll see, just go wait out somewhere else, alright? I need to finish up here. Jungkook hesitated, clearly torn between wanting to stay and knowing he should leave. Are you sure? I can wait right here if you need anything else. He shot him a pointed look, trying to keep a straight face. Jungkook, if you don't move right now, you're going to be in even more trouble. That finally got through to him. Alright, I'm going, but I'll be close by. He said, backing away with his hands up in surrender. Good, now get lost. You said, shutting the door with a shake of your head, though you couldn't help but to smile a little. You stood in front of the mirror and couldn't stop yourself from smiling. Seriously, why is this guy so cute that I can't even go mad at him? But I need to put this act a little longer. It's my turn to play now. You finished getting dressed. You could still hear him shuffling around outside, probably pacing back and forth and stressing out over whether or not you were really mad at him. You knew you would have to reassure him later, but for now, it was kind of funny to see him so flustered. After all, he might be a tough, bad boy to everyone else, but to you, he was just your overgrown bunny of a husband who couldn't stand the thought of you being upset with him. When you finally opened the door, just as you expected, there he was, standing a little distance away, anxiously glancing in your direction. The moment he saw you, he rushed over, his face filled with concern. Babe, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that you were on your periods. I swear I'll never do that again. I promise. You rolled your eyes dramatically, trying to keep a straight face as you walked past him without a word, but of course he wasn't going to let you off that easily. Wait, please don't be mad at me. I just wanted you to have fun, like everyone else. I didn't mean to. He pleaded, trailing right behind you. Jungkook, I told you to leave me alone, didn't I? You said, keeping your voice down, even though you could feel the corner of your mouth twitching, threatening to break into a smile. You really know how to mess things up, don't you? He practically jumped in front of you, walking backwards so he could look at you as he continued his apologies. I know, I messed up big time. I just thought I was being playful, but I didn't think. You know I'm an idiot sometimes, right? You stopped, giving him a long, hard stare. Sometimes his eyes widened and he quickly backtracked. Okay, most of the time, but I swear I didn't mean to embarrass you. I just wanted to see you smile. You tried to hold on to your serious expression, but it was getting harder with every word he said. And instead, you made me shout out my business to the entire swimming class. Nice going, genius. Now everyone knows that I'm on my periods and you threw me in the pool. Jungkook groaned, running a hand through his still damp hair. I know, and I feel so bad about it. You can yell at me, punish me, whatever you want. Just please don't stay mad, and don't worry, no one will say anything to you, I promise. You crossed your arm and raised a brow. You think you are a boss here, huh? Why, and I'm so sorry, babe. I know I did a stupid thing, but I swear it was unintentional. I'll take care of you the whole night today. I'll massage your feet and head. I'm sorry. Finally, you couldn't hold it in anymore. A small smile broke through you, and you stopped walking, turning to face him fully. You really are a big, overgrown bunny. You know that? His eyes lit up at your smile, and he took a cautious step closer. Does that mean you forgive me? You sigh, shaking your head in mock exasperation. I guess I can't stay mad at you forever, but you better remember this next time you try to throw me into a pool. Jungkook's face broke into a relieved grin and he pulled you into a quick tight hug. I promise, no more pool tossing. Ever, I'll be on my best behavior. You couldn't help but to laugh as you hugged him back. Good. Now how about that massage you promised? Deal. He said immediately, his voice full of eager enthusiasm. Anything you want, babe. With that, you both walked out of the building together, hand in hand, the early drama already fading into the background as you enjoyed each other's company. Because no matter how many silly mistakes Jungkook made, you knew he would always be the one to make it up to you in the sweetest ways possible.